Welcome back to Swinging at Shins, a Premier League podcast where, yes, we are going to start off by talking about the Champions League because I just got back from a 4-0 win. Plus, Bayern and Man United, 7-goal thriller? Not sure thriller is the right word, but 7 goals were had. Also, no, I have not finished moving into my office. I have way too much going on in my life. I am sorry. It is going to be blurry backgrounds for a while. Aaron, how are you doing?
Not bad. Yours is probably a little bit better than mine, but that's okay because we're all here. We're all here to enjoy the Premier League.
My soccer life might be a little bit better right now.
Yeah.
Everything else is super busy and work is not that much fun.
No.
I got a cat who's driving me crazy, though. What's up, girl?
Oh, yeah.
What's up?
Get up there.
I'm kind of surprised she hasn't. Anyway, I was told that PSV was a much better team than I thought, which I thought was funny since that's the first team that Arsenal lost to last year. And you know what? PSV is a much better team than I thought. Arsenal's just that much better. That's what I'm going to run with. What do you feel?
I think that's an
That
okay.
make sense?
That's an okay thing because I think they lost Xavi Simons and they lost another high quality
Cody
player.
Gakpo leaving was not right.
See? So
No surprise, Ruud van Nistelrooy lost that dressing room, though. I can't imagine whoever keeping one. But Arsenal looked good in transition. Arsenal looked good in rotation. A lot of guys got subbed off.
Yeah.
A lot of different guys got subbed on. Goals kept coming. It was nice. But sadly, we are not a Champions League podcast.
Nope.
We are a Premier League podcast.
Definitely.
Which, Nick, if you're listening to this, is the best league in the world.
Exactly.
Let's go over the matchday scores.
Hold on, I want to pump the brakes. What does he think is the best league?
Oh, we had a whole argument. He thinks it's the best league this year, but he doesn't think it's been the best league for a while.
I disagree with that. It's been the best league in the last at least 5-6 years.
Well, and I guess he would. So to give him full credit, he would say that it hasn't always been the best league, and people don't give other leagues enough credit. But I don't. He thinks that it's a bad argument to have top 3 versus top 6. I think I don't care about top 6. I care about like the 7 through 12 teams.
Yeah.
My biggest argument right now is what is the Italian version of Brighton? Nobody wants to go to the Amex right now. Brighton is scary.
Lazio?
No. Lazio hasn't done what Brighton's done. And before Brighton, it was Southampton.
Napoli. I think that's actually a good comp.
You just blue and white and blue and white. Napoli won the league. Like, I don't know about that.
But that's okay. Anyway, this is a different discussion for another time. But
see, and it's one that there's no real winners in.
No.
Getting back to the Premier League, there was Liverpool's inability to win early matches after international breaks was greatly exaggerated, or Wolverhampton Wanderers are just that bad.
I think they did a good job. Wolves did a good job in getting that goal and then just packing it in. Just park the bus, call it a day. And then they couldn't call it a day.
So they didn't do a good job?
So Mo Salah did most of the legwork, assisting a bunch. Actually, all 3 goals came from Mo Salah. And then, nice.
Yeah, no. I mean, I'm not high on Wolves this year.
I have them relegated in my.
I think Liverpool is a better team than they were last year. I think that people like to make too much about, oh, it's the early starts. Oh, it's this ref. Oh, it's always this. There are a couple times, like, so last year, Arsenal, whenever they rotated anyone, gonna have a bad match, right? Like, that was a systemic team problem, right? It wasn't one of these other things. You look at Arsenal can't win at Goodison. Well, yes, Goodison's a hard place to play at times, and we did not play physical football for a very long time. So yeah, it makes sense, right? It's not like there's a Goodison curse. It's like there's a reason why Liverpool has dropped points after international breaks. I think that comes more to how Klopp likes to run his team and less of the fact that it's the early kickoff.
And
you don't like being an American fan and having to be at the bar at 7:30 a.m. I totally get that.
I think there's a little bit of the players are also not getting the game plan information enough. He complained about this too, actually. Klopp did. Not having your players available to give game plan information. They're on.
So how we do international breaks could be an issue.
That's where he was.
But kicking off at 12:30 or kicking off at 3, I don't think makes that much of a difference. It's 2.5 hours. If 2.5 hours is the difference between giving your players the right information or not, that's on you. If it was like the day ahead, if they had to play it Friday at 3, or Friday at 8 p.m. instead of 12:30 the next day, then I'd be willing to entertain the argument. And I know Woodsy's not here and he can't defend himself, and I'm not trying to beat up on him. People say this. It's, we have the early match. It's like, really? We're going to get into it with Arsenal and the goalkeepers in a minute. If that is how weak your mentality is, you're not in the right sport.
Mm-hmm. Oh, well.
Anyway.
Yeah, that's moving on.
Fulham won Luton Town 0.
Yeah.
Good old bottom half of the table battle.
Yep. Fulham came through.
Starting to look that way. Yep. City 3, West Ham 1. Good for West Ham.
For putting in that first goal, yeah. Actually, it was a beaut, too. That JWP goal was real good.
Yeah, they did score first that match, didn't they?
Yeah.
And City got scored on first against Belgrade.
Yes, they did. And then they leaned
early
forward.
Early goals might start to be a problem.
Well,
City
really
might
early.
run into a team that can, but still, not scoring first.
Yeah, there you go.
Because, that can be like, you can get diced with that really easily.
It's true.
Although they are City, so I'm not trying to count them out. They're City.
Never. I mean, exactly. They put 3 in.
Aston Villa 3, Crystal Palace 1. Remember the first match week of the season where we were like, oh, man, Villa could be in trouble. They're not in trouble. Villa's doing absolutely fine.
Yeah. They lost to teams who they, air quote, should lose to, or, like Liverpool and Newcastle. But, I'm not upset about the losses, and I'm happy about the wins.
It was the way they lost to Newcastle that had me worried, but then Newcastle hasn't played that well, and Villa's played much better, so... Yeah.
Exactly.
Tottenham Hotspur 2, Sheffield United 1. Sheffield United could not hold on.
No.
Could not hold on to it.
Super late.
Ange Postecoglou gets Manager of the Month. James Maddison gets Player of the Month. I'm not sure I disagree. I think Ange for Manager is a very easy shout, and I think it's also a deserved shout.
I don't really care for it. I'm going to be honest with you. Pep should win it, and I understand why he doesn't win it. It's because he's just going to get the overall win over it throughout the year. The guy didn't lose. Pep didn't lose. He collected 15 points out of 15 possible points. How do you all right, so if you're playing FIFA and you're telling me that you won 5 out of 5 and you didn't get it because you lost to somebody who won 4 out of 5 and drew.
So it's for the month of August. It's for the month of August.
Fine. So either way, he still won.
So they played Newcastle.
Yeah.
They played Sheffield United. They played Burnley.
City did, right? That's who you're fighting. And then who did Ange play? United,
Tottenham,
Bournemouth, and Brentford. It's really not that much of a difference.
I think it is because one of them did it with Tottenham and one of them did it with City. I also think so. What does a manager do, right? A manager is supposed to come in and get his team to play the way he wants them to play.
Yeah.
Tottenham looked like a completely different team. than they have the past couple of years.
No, I agree
under
with that.
Ange. I think it's deserved. I think Ange's come in. He's taken a team that everyone was writing off, including myself, and has them currently second.
Yep.
They're tied with two other teams, but they're ahead on goal difference.
And they're behind Pep, who's, should have been manager of the. Look,
one of them has oil money. One of them has oil money, and one of them doesn't. One of them just won the treble, and one of them just took the team that was awful last year, just lost their star striker, and has them playing better than they were with them. That's a good manager. That's a good manager.
That's fine. And I still think Pep should have won.
If it just comes down to who wins the most matches, it's going to be Pep all the time.
Then that's not my fault.
Yes, it is, because that's a very bad way of looking at it. It's a bad way of looking at it.
No, it's not.
Okay, so let me put it this way. If, let's say, Thomas Frank has to play in a month, away at St. James's Park, away at the Etihad, away at the Emirates, away at the Amex.
Mm-hmm.
If he draws every single one of those matches, do you still give it to De Zerbi because Brighton was able to win at home against Luton Town and Sheffield United and Wolves in the same month? Because he went 3-0 or 4-0, and Thomas Frank just played 4 of the hardest away matches you can play.
Tell me.
I don't think winning is the only thing. I think it's what else. You got to take the context of where the teams are.
Tell me how many goals what is the goal differential? How did Brighton play then? Do you know what I mean? Like if they blew all those teams away, say 4-1, 3-0, shutouts, stuff like that. I would say De Zerbi in that case. Because De Zerbi did the job that they went out to do and excelled at.
The context matters. The context absolutely matters.
Yes, and the context that I just said matters too.
I think doing it away against harder teams or doing it with a team that just lost its identity, and he has given Tottenham an identity already. I don't know if it's an identity that's going to keep them winning all the time, but no one expected them to be any good. Son looks great. He's taken James Maddison and done wonderful things with James Maddison.
I never thought he was.
Just to deal with the Harry Kane situation of him leaving and have Spurs looking better than they did when Harry Kane was here, I think it's deserved. Easily. You could have managed City to 5-0. You could have managed City to 15 points after 5 matches.
Yep, probably.
So what we're getting at is you deserve manager of the year or of the month.
Yeah, I'm okay with that. Well, probably the year too, let's be honest.
James Maddison wins player of the month. How do you feel about that?
Hold on, I gotta click the player of the month. I didn't have that preloaded. I think actually
Excuses.
So I actually think Rodri should win it. And I don't mind that. I don't mind that Madison won it.
Such a City fanboy.
But Rodri took over for KDB. That's pretty much what happened.
Yeah.
And he's still doing DM jobs. I think they didn't skip a beat by replacing him with Rodri, KDB. And they don't replace him either. They just fill in and hope for the best.
See,
but I understand why Madison won. He has made the Spurs look more uniform and more attacking than the previous seasons before. So I'm okay with Madison winning. I would have rather seen Rodri win. That's all.
See, I think Jared Bowen and Brian Mbeumo both really deserve shouts. I think they've played really, really well on teams that have not been very good.
I don't disagree with that either. I think this was a very tight, considering there's only 3 matches, and there was really nobody who set themselves apart from one another. I think it was like a dart toss. Personally, I think any of these players, Awani had 3 goals. The only problem was that team lost twice.
Yeah,
That's what I'm saying. Like
it's also forced.
It's a toss up. So
yeah, I think player of the month is a lot harder than manager of the month, and I think it always will be. I don't know, like manager of the month. I think that there's a good shout, a good argument to be had with player of the month. It gets so much more complicated.
Yeah, I mean that's where the stats pile up. So then you can actually there's a little bit more quantitative.
Yeah, but it all evens out because you have so many more. Like you said, it was only 3 matches, right?
Yeah.
So like everyone on the list has 3 goal involvements. So now what's better, a goal or an assist? Well, it depends on how the goal was made.
Or
if you did a solo run, obviously the goal matters more, right? But if you did everything but ping it off someone's shins, you don't get the goal, but you have the like. So that's complicated.
Yeah.
Manchester United 1, Brighton 3.
Yeah.
My biggest argument: there's no Brighton anywhere else. The United fans that thought that they were in it in the first half lose. I don't understand. Brighton was. I thought that they were in control for almost all of it. Yeah, yes, Rashford's good to have that one movement that he'll have.
Cut from the left to the center. Yeah.
I saw a very interesting thing where maybe Rashford's to blame.
For why?
One of the reasons why City's done so bad.
Why City's done
have
so
you
bad?
Have you look at his goal involvements with the people? I mean, not City, United. Have you look at his goal involvements with his striker partner?
No, I have not.
They've been awful.
Really?
Yes.
So you're saying that Rashford is selfish, is what you're saying?
I think he's selfish. I think he might be a little bit over. I think he gets played up a bit because he does a lot of good charity work, and that's great for him.
Yeah,
it is, and I like it. But I think the people who he won several Player of the Month awards, and I think that if he wasn't on United, he would not be getting nearly any of the credit that he gets.
That's kind of the whole kind of the whole Jack Grealish thing. Because he was on Villa, he didn't really get that many. But let's say Rashford was on, I don't know, pick a team that had the quality of Villa did back 4 years ago. So Forest, you want to stick with Forest? Wolves?
Yeah, Forest. Okay, I was kidding with Wolves.
I mean, he's stuck with the Midlands, but anyway. So we'll go Forest. I agree. He probably wouldn't get that much coverage, but he would still get the same amount of ball fed to him because he'd be the talisman for that team.
True. But so that Saka goal for Everton,
yeah,
I don't think Rashford does that.
Probably not.
And that's where I think the issue is.
Right, because he doesn't want to give it up off. He just wants to drive himself.
We came up at the bar again today, who's, the best attacking mids. And for me, it's De Bruyne. And the biggest reason is because he knows exactly when to dish the ball and exactly when to take it himself.
Yep. The guy's a wizard.
Always. He always makes the right move.
Yep.
And I don't see Rashford do that. He's very good.
Yes. He
will ping some crazy ass goals in.
Yes, he will.
But that's not necessarily going to be enough. And they're going to have to feed Haaland or Højlund. And quite frankly, I think if you're going to rely on Bruno Fernandes to be the center point guy, he's going to spend half the time on the ground.
Yeah. I liked Bruno Fernandes. And I thought he would have improved that midfield when he got transferred in it's been 4 years now at least. And I thought he was an improvement. He was an improvement for that squad, but I think he's plateaued. Bruno Fernandes has plateaued. Therefore, I think a lot of that team has plateaued.
Yeah, and the worst part is he hasn't plateaued from a skill level. He just needs that mentality. He's not a mentality monster like you see with some of the other guys. Mo Salah always wants to score a goal.
Yes, he does.
Jack Grealish always wants to win the ball. Kevin De Bruyne always wants to win.
Yep.
I don't know if Arsenal ever have to play City in a highly competitive match, not the Community Shield, in a highly competitive match.
Yeah.
No, I'm serious. I am.
Listen, yeah.
Kevin De Bruyne better be on paternity leave or something. Because if he's on the field, I don't. He knows how to win, and he also hates Arsenal. I don't know what happened.
Well, he got the ball.
Is that the only thing that he took from Jose Mourinho's Chelsea? Is just a hatred for Arsenal?
Well, when you throw stuff at him, what are you going to do?
I don't know, man. I don't know. It's that. I think Bruno has all the technical ability.
Yeah.
He just needs that mentality. He needs to try to run through. He needs to fight to stay up on his feet.
Yeah.
Instead, he's always arguing with the referee, and he's always on the. It's just feels like a waste. It does.
Yeah, I agree.
Newcastle 1, Brentford 0.
Yeah, this was
not
really.
Yeah.
I was watching an interview with Jamie Carragher and Thomas Frank, and they were talking about they were kind of leading up to the penalty because that's what ended up winning the match for Newcastle, and they eventually get to it, and everybody laughs. They all joke because Carragher goes, "All right, well now we're at the elephant of the room here," and Thomas Frank. And this is what I love about Thomas Frank. He's probably the most humble coach ever because I'm paraphrasing. So he had said, it being such a tight match and coming down to the fine bits of how the match was going, it was kind of a lackluster way for Newcastle to win. And I understand why Anthony Gordon went down, and I would also expect my players to try to do the same thing. It's just when it came down to it, it was kind of cheesy that that penalty had happened.
Yeah, it feels like a bad way to win the match.
Yeah, but it also
look over the stats
because it's Anthony Gordon and he's a turd.
When you look over the stats, Newcastle had almost one goal up on expected XG. It was 1.44 to 0.5.
Chop a point off at least because the pen.
Yep. So now it's 0.7. It's about 0.79 on the pen.
Yeah.
So that definitely makes it a lot tighter.
Yep.
Shots 11-9 Brentford, possession for 56-44 Newcastle. Chances are 2-1. Passes 363 to 265. A lot of fouls.
Yeah.
One offside for Brentford. 8 corners to 3. I was saying it before the season. I thought Newcastle was going to struggle a bit.
Yeah.
And I think that they have to change how they play because of the extended stoppage times.
Yeah.
I mean, they were the team with the least amount of time of ball in play last year.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if they have the legs. I still don't know if they have the team. I mean, Wilson played Wilson did. He played the entire match. Eddie Howe made one sub. Ronald Almiron in the 83rd minute.
Yep, that makes sense.
Which
is insane because they've got. Well, I think a lot of it was because they were holding back for the Champions League.
AC Milan.
Yeah.
And from their point of view, it worked. They got 3 points.
Yeah, and they got a point in Champions League too. So.
And I don't know. I watched that match. That was a real cagey match.
I didn't get to watch it.
No one really seemed to want to do anything.
Well.
Very, very feeling out. Very. You have the ball. No, you have the ball. No, you have the ball. No, it'll be interesting to see what this Newcastle team does when they really need to start winning matches. Although, who would have thought? I mean, Newcastle, Manchester United, Chelsea. If I had told you that was what the table looked like, after 5 match days, everyone would say, yeah, I suppose that makes sense. I don't think anyone would have expected that would be 12th, 13th, and 14th.
Yeah, that's true. They would. Yeah, no, seriously. I agree.
Brentford is up on only goal difference. Fulham has one more point than both Brentford and Newcastle and United.
Mm-hmm.
-5 goal difference.
Yeah. Who would they get thumped by? Oh, it was City. I think they got thumped by. Hold on.
Yeah, that's true.
It was City 5-1. And then they also got thumped by Brentford.
3-0.
Yeah.
God, what an interesting time Fulham stuff. 2-2 with Arsenal. 1-1 with Tottenham. 5-1 loss to City. 3-0 loss to Brentford at home.
Yeah.
What a weird.
They don't have anybody to score. They've got Raul Jimenez and I can't think of the Brazilian guy. He's a bum. I don't really care for him. Vinicius.
No.
Yes, I'm looking.
Is it a Vinicius? Oh yeah, no, but it's not Junior.
Yes, he's his daddy.
On to everyone's favorite team to talk about.
Who? Villa? Oh.
Chelsea and Bournemouth.
Yeah, that match was super fun. I watched that one.
Who doesn't love a 0-0 draw?
I can't find them. I don't know, probably Bournemouth fans. If you told them we went 0-0 to Chelsea, I think they'd be like, yeah, okay, we'll take the point.
Chelsea had 65% possession, 1.85 expected goals to 1.04. 14 shots to 13. Only one big chance.
Yeah, it was the post crossbar rattled by Raheem Sterling free kick. And that was pretty much it. That was all that Chelsea did. I don't understand where people are saying that, hold on Chelsea, because at this point, it's only 5 matches in, but man, they look bad. They look bad again this year. Like I understand they're missing like 9 players, but even with those 9 players, hold on, let me see who's out.
Actually, their big chance was Colwell in the 65th. In the 65th minute had a shot point blank.
It's called off
0.42 xG.
Mm-hmm.
No, this one attempt saves from the corner. Header from the corner. And then 0.84 expected goals on target. That was their big one.
Like, so they're missing.
People completely overestimate how big corners are.
Well, depends on the angle at which you take it at too.
3%.
Mm-hmm.
You have a 3% chance to score from a corner.
Which is insane.
Yeah.
I don't know, that people don't change the way they're attacking.
Arsenal's been doing it a lot lately.
I was going to say, you kind of see it more often now. A lot of teams have
a lot of short corners.
And then change the angle from there. Yeah.
Yep, work the ball out to a much better angle. Have that curling one that's kind of heading kind of towards the upper 90, kind of not. The goalkeeper can't let it go. It's a lot better. I mean, when you think about it, you're kicking the ball from a level spot with the goal.
Mm-hmm.
It's not actually that good, but it's a lot of action directly in front of net. So everyone goes, oh, but it's not actually that good of a chance.
Just a air quotes set piece because it is a set piece because it's a dead ball.
Yeah, but it's one of the worst set pieces.
Yeah.
If you had a choice between taking a corner and taking one 25 yards out, but like more centered on goal, you would take the one 25 yards out every single time.
God, yeah, are you kidding me? Or even at an odd angle, like let's say left post, right post side, I'm still taking that.
Yeah,
I
agree. So looking at this Chelsea team, Gusto, Disasi, Silva, and Colwell in the back.
Uh-huh.
Gallagher in. Did I miss something? Are people injured?
Yes. They have 11 injured players. Who are you looking for?
Oh, I don't know. Maybe one of the 500 people that they bought. Kukureya's out. Fofana's out. Reece James always out.
Sacedo's Sacedo's out.
What's wrong with Sacedo?
Knee injury allegedly. At least that's what
Expected return unknown.
Yeah, that's not great, is it? Clickety clackety.
Oh man. Wouch.
Can we
Chelsea handed optimistic Casado return date. Pochettino, blah blah blah.
Yeah, well, they were also saying Dayball was saying that Saquon was possibly going to play, and that was not truthful either. So we'll see what Pochettino actually says about Caicedo when it gets there.
The 21-year-old believes that he'll be ready for Villa.
Okay, we'll see.
He believes.
Yeah, I'm sure he does.
I'm not hearing anything about, Pochettino believing.
As I say, we'll see what the fitness staff actually says.
God, what a mess.
They have like almost 500,000 sitting on injury right now. 500 million, I meant to say, not thousand. Yeah, insane.
This is crazy to me.
Because then they had to have 2 under 21 kids on the bench.
How do you buy $1 billion worth of players and then have, oh my God.
I really think they need to look at their fitness staff. Like, how are you 2 years in a row riddled with injuries again? Like, what are you doing? I get some of them are freak injuries, like
yeah, but that's gonna happen.
Chukwuemeka tearing his ACL. You can't do anything about that. That's just, it happens. But Fofana,
people do get injured on international. I get it. Reece James cannot stay healthy.
That's true. Unfortunately, that guy is class. Like, absolute class.
And they're forcing, they don't have any real attackers. No. They have Mudryk and they have Raheem Sterling, and they both do the exact same thing, as best I can tell.
Yeah.
They run really fast on the lines.
Yep. I think the only thing that Sterling does any better is carrying the ball in the box, and that's it.
He is more, yes, he does do it better. I don't think he does it well enough, but he does do it better than Mudryk. That is true.
Yeah.
Enzo Fernandez should not be your 10.
No, he should be working.
That is insane to me. That is absolutely insane to me. And the stats are proving it. Yeah. He's not playing well because he's not playing in a good position.
No, he's too far advanced. He's getting crowded out. It's just not working well. He's not able to ping the ball out to the wide areas.
Yeah.
Like
he is much more of like a Declan Rice style, or well, we thought Jude Bellingham was, except for Jude Bellingham is proving that he can do whatever the hell he wants at Real Madrid.
God.
You want me to score more goals? Okay, score more goals now.
Yeah. Thumbs up, guys.
Enzo Fernandez is a very, very good player.
Yeah.
That's the other thing. These are all very good. Well, not all of them, but Chelsea has 2 squads worth of very good players. They bought them all.
Honestly, like if you were to ask me for Forest or pick a bottom Wolves, if Wolves were to have any of these injured players available to them, they would take them. There's no way they wouldn't. It's insane. And this is why they end up with a 0-0 draw.
Did Gallagher captain this match?
Yes, he did.
What is Poch doing?
Who else is he? Do you really want
Silva?
Oh, all right, that's fair. That's fair.
The only guy who is consistently good and won at every level.
I'm not going to argue it.
Also, I like having center backs. I like having deeper lying guys as captains. They play with the game in front of them more often.
I agree, yeah.
I think it makes a lot of sense. It's the same reason why I like catchers as captains. You play with the whole game in front of you. But yeah, I think Silva's the clear answer unless Silva's being a shithead. But he internally, I don't know, but he's the only one who consistently week in, week out plays well for Chelsea.
He's 39 years old, and this man is starting, and he's still
Gallagher's 16.
I mean, plays like a 16-year-old, frantic as hell, all arms and legs.
23. Holy crap, he's 23.
Yeah.
He does. He is all arms and legs. He's like a newborn giraffe just out there running.
Oh, man. This team, I don't know what to do with them.
I don't know what to do either.
I'm
I'm just
glad
so
I'm not
happy I'm not a Chelsea fan. Yeah, right? I'm so happy I'm not a Chelsea fan.
Oh, man. Those golden years are gone. Forget about it.
Even when Arsenal was in the midst of banter years, it was never like this.
And you know what
You could see what
is the fact
What's
that
the worst part?
they hold that Champions League back in 2019 or whatever it was over everybody's head. We got the Champions League. Yeah, so what? And where's the rest of that squad that you had?
City fans were singing yesterday, Champions of Europe. You'll never sing that at the Arsenal contingent that went out and to watch the match. And it's just like, you've been able to sing that for like 2 months? Yeah. 2 months and $2 billion later? Like, oh, my God. Forest can sing that. Villa can sing that. Yes, Arsenal cannot sing that. That is absolutely true.
These are factual statements.
06 was a sham, and I feel like we should have won, but regardless, you know.
Yep.
Well, it's City fans, man. There was one today, and I know that they're good people, but some of them. The two guys I'm going to bring up, I'm not going to name. I know that they're good people, right? But they don't understand soccer. So we've been singing 49-49 undefeated at the 49th minute of every match. And he turned around and he's like, yeah, group stage. It's like, it's about the Premier League. Oh, never mind. Yeah. He's like, that's not even what we're talking about. Also, at this point, you were down 1-0 to Red Stars, so shut up.
You're right.
I don't know, man. Yeah,
uncultured.
Speaking of uncultured, no history.
Plastic.
Definitely plastic, man. Holy shit. Arsenal won. Sorry, I'm doing that backwards. Everton 0, Arsenal 1. Goodison Park curse, if it ever existed, is broken.
Shattered.
Hopefully. Shattered. This is a perfect example of a match that if you didn't watch it, oh man, Arsenal got lucky to get out of there. But if you did watch it, you're like, wow.
How did they?
Arsenal look really good, and I don't want to play them right now.
It's disappointing that. Go ahead. Sorry.
What? No, you're disappointed that what?
Martinelli got injured.
Me too. I'm worried. He's not dead. I always liked him. Like he's very much alive.
Nope, lost the hammy. He's done. Forget it.
And it really hurts that he got injured. He pulled the hamstring or whatever. I don't even know that it's been confirmed that it's a hamstring. It just looks like a hamstring, and that seems to be where he grabbed, and that seems to be what they were trying to stretch. I don't even know if that's been confirmed, but it hurts that it happened on a play that was called offside.
Yeah.
A goal that was called offside. That hurts.
Yep. That was also so close, too, to not being offside.
It was like really close.
A foot. Literally somebody's foot.
It was a foot for a guy who was running back and had the ball, like, ping off of him. And it's offside by the law, it is. But that is, like, there are rules as written and rules as intended, and that is so not what the offside rule was ever intended for. But he was technically offside. I'm not going to argue that.
Nope.
That Saka Trossard goal was beautiful, though.
That was a fun goal because it's cutting away from goal too, and it pings the post, and then
that was a lot of fun.
That was a fun goal.
But to get into this matchup a little bit, possession, Arsenal had 3/4 of it.
And it looks that way.
Arsenal had one expected goal versus 0.3, 13 shots, almost 600 passes, 595 to 158.
What's wild to this
11 corners
is
what?
158 and 67% of the passes.
Yeah, 67% too.
That's insane.
A third of their passes.
Mm-hmm.
A third of their passes failed.
That's disgusting.
Arsenal has done it. Go ahead.
That's not Prem quality there. That's not even championship quality.
It's not Prem quality, but I'm telling you, Arsenal just did it to PSV too.
well,
Declan Rice has completely changed how we're able to press in midfield.
Yeah.
We're so good at applying pressure at the right time and forcing guys into really bad passes.
Yeah, it was only a matter of time for him to really click into that squad and be able to bring Declan Rice quality that he had at West Ham to Arsenal.
And everyone's talking about the goal against United. Obviously, I love the goal against United. Like, that was amazing and what we needed. And build the statue now and all those things. But his ability to have us press the way we do is the reason why we're doing this. I don't really fully understand field tilt. I think it's a way to just show like who had momentum the most. Arsenal's field tilt against Everton was 90%.
Where do you see field tilt? That's interesting.
It's not on this. It was a...
Okay.
Let me see if I can... Let me see. Hold on.
It is probably momentum, to be honest. Because if I look at the momentum chart on FOTMOB here, it's I would say that's 90%.
Oh, it was... Yeah, so field tilt, it was 83.8 for Everton, 81.2 for United. Interestingly enough, and one of the reasons why I didn't feel that bad about the Fulham draw, it was 90.4 against Fulham. But Fulham did end up getting a draw out of it. They just did. It was 50.4% against Palace. We played 35 minutes with 10 men in that match, too. And that was away at Selhurst Park.
Yep.
Just our ability to be able to handle being a man down or being able to handle a team having the ball in the midfield.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone mentioned that in the first half against United. Oh, man, we're all surprised Arsenal is allowing them to get away with whatever. It's like, yes, but apart from that one Rashford run where we got caught out, we got caught out. It was a Rashford run. He pinged it around a guy. Ramsdale got hands to it, just not quite enough.
Yeah.
He earned the goal. He absolutely did. But you have to apply some openings. You know, you could just put 11 guys back there, but we call it parking the bus and we hate it, right? So you have to figure out where the openings are going to be. Our comfort level was saying, okay, you have to beat us with these guys is so much better than it was last year. And we can also rotate with that.
Mm-hmm.
We would do that last year if we had Party, right? But you take Party out now, no. Or we'd do that if it was Saliba, but the second you lose Saliba, oh, now we can't do that right now. But now Arsenal can rotate. It's again, I'm not saying this is the year, but this is a better Arsenal team than we had last year, and that's really exciting to say.
As it should be, though, the way they spent the money. So
true. But it's nice. It's nice to have them spend the money and it show dividends immediately.
Right, of course. I mean, we could be Chelsea here.
Yeah, we could be Chelsea
or friggin' United too.
Well, and everyone's saying that, even though we also spent 75 on Havertz. Yeah, so we spent 75 on Havertz, but everyone is still saying Arsenal spent well and they should be a better team.
Yeah. So I know you talked about the Trossard goal. I got to talk about the Duran goal. Did you see that one? The one to tie it up in the 83rd minute or whatever?
For
Villa.
Oh, yes, you posted that. Sorry, brain fart.
So
yes,
good.
that was a dirty goal. That was he played it off the hop, right? He chested it down and then yeah. That was one of those left-footed turned around. Then that was one of the beautiful ones that just rised the entire time. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was a sick goal. That was an amazing goal.
I think it's gonna be close to the goal of the month. Obviously, it's still got another game left, but another match day left. But it's got to be up there, top tier. Just technique.
I can absolutely see it.
Luka Dean's pass into his chest. He had to control that, drop it down, get his knee over the ball. All of it was fantastic. But
also, I was a big fan of Callum Hudson-Odoi's goal for Forest.
That was filthy too. Good for him too for coming back to the Premier League and having it. He's had a rough go of his career. I was gonna say life, but I didn't want to include his life into his career. But, I mean, I guess it's kind of
Burnley did give him way too much space to make it happen, but he took advantage.
That's one of those if you make it, you make it kind of deals for your defender. We'll give you the space because we don't think you can shoot, and if you happen to bend it in,
that was kind of like was it the Damari Gray goal for Everton against City?
Yes. Yep.
Yeah, same thing. How do you end up with that much space? But then you also made it work completely.
Yeah, he did it against Arsenal too, Damari Gray. I don't know if it was last season or the previous season, but
I think it was the season before. I think it was the season before, but yeah, no, he did.
But yeah, I mean, sometimes you just let off an attacking player because you just don't think he's gonna score from 25, 30 yards out, and then it does, and you're like, well, I guess I should have tightened on him a little more.
The Villa match was interesting because the Villa match was another match that if it ended up as a draw, we'd be talking about how unfair of a draw it was.
To Palace.
No, to Villa.
Villa.
Because
yeah, I mean, I talked about it in Villa, so.
And I'm sure you did.
Get into it a little bit.
Like, there's a lot of late goals, and I get it. Like, all the goals happen for Villa in the 87th minute or later.
Mm-hmm.
But man, that was happening. The entire match, 522 passes to 226, 3.21 expected goals to 1.17.
Yeah,
like the floodgates were opening.
Yeah, it was disappointing. We should have gotten that goal in the first half. It was chopped off because of VAR, and Pau Torres found Moussa Diaby making a beautiful run. And this was also disappointing that he didn't get the goal, because the first touch that Diaby had was probably one of the most beautiful first touches you're ever going to bring down from the air like that, from behind you. And unfortunately, he was in an offside position, so there's nothing you can do about that. But Villa really should have probably put in 2-3 goals in the first half. And the fact that we had to wait so long in order for it to happen, it was getting a little nerve-wracking. But this isn't your daddy's Villa. This is new age.
How much are you just loving Douglas Luiz right now?
He's a monster. Absolutely. Like, thank you. I appreciate it. No, wait, he was City. So thank you. Appreciate it for not buying him.
Arsenal did go after him. They went after him late last year, though.
Yeah. It was the last day of the transfer window. Put in 2 bids. Couldn't prime away. But yeah, he's been phenomenal too. Better than Casemiro. Different play styles. Doesn't even matter. Not in the same ballpark. But
it's like half his age too.
That is true. Dougie's just.
Casemiro had a goal today against Bayern. He had 2 goals?
He had 2 goals.
Oh, yeah, he did have that header at the end, too, didn't he?
Yeah, but Dougie being able to ping the ball out wide, find plays, players running through, and playing defense, he's a transformed man.
All right. Well, we are at the 47.5-minute mark already. So I say we just hop right into the predictions and true-false.
Yeah. I have true-false because I can't really think of anything. It's still early. It's hard. So
Matchday 5. I take the Matchday with 11 points. Aaron right behind me with 10. Woodsy with 8. That leaves the totals. So far, Woodsy at 26 points, Aaron at 24, me at 22. It's starting to tighten up.
It is.
I think that's because none of us know what we're talking about.
I had 2 correct scores.
Good. And so you know what that means? That means that you were wrong really bad on 8 other matches.
I'll tell you which ones it was. It was Newcastle, it was Bournemouth, it was Everton, and Forest that bit me.
Yeah, Everton. Well, did you have Everton drawing?
No, I had Everton winning.
Oh.
Goodison curse.
Nah. All right, so I'll speak for Woodsy. Woodsy has Palace 2, Fulham 1. Luton 1, Wolves 3. I don't know about that one.
Do you want to just go 1 to 1 to 1?
Yeah, all right, sure. So Palace 2, Fulham 1. I have Palace 1, Fulham 0. I don't see where Fulham gets a goal.
I think they'll squeak one in somehow, but I also have Palace 2, Fulham 1.
All right. Woodsy has Luton Town 1, Wolves 3. I have a 1-1. I have a 1-1 draw there.
That makes more sense to me. I have Wolves winning 2-1.
Yeah, I don't know. Can Wolves do it? Can Wolves do it in someone's backyard on a rainy night?
With the laundry hanging out.
Yeah, I don't see Wolves See, like I think Woodsy's trying to play it like that because he just watched Liverpool play Wolves, and he saw Wolves do some decent things against Liverpool. He's like, this team's super good, and it's like, I don't think they're actually that good.
I think as long as Pedri, I don't remember his name, and Cunha stay healthy and are their attacking pieces, I think they'll be okay pressing forward in this particular match. I'm not saying overall, but those two guys, if they can stay healthy and keep pressing forward, they're okay in this match.
All right. Next up, Man City 4, Forest 0 for Woodsy. I have 4-1.
I have 4-1 as well.
And you know what? I bet Forest gets the first goal. And then City get 4 right after that.
That's kind of how I thought. Like Awani scores a goal, and then it's right downhill.
Is this gonna be a way to make sure you don't finish last? You're just gonna do all of my scores? If we perfectly match scores, you will finish 2 points above me no matter what happens.
I didn't think about that. That's
funny. Next up, Brentford 1, Everton 0 for Woodsy. I have a 1-1 draw again.
3-2 Brentford for some reason. I'm feeling Brentford.
No, I understand feeling Brentford. I don't know where 5 goals come from in that match. I think Everton's too good defensively, and I think that they will try to play for that 1-1 kind of match. I think we're going to see a match very similar to the Burnley Forest match that ended on Monday.
I think Everton is going to try to attack where Aaron Hickey. You're going to attack Aaron Hickey because Rico Henry's tore his ACL, unfortunately. So I think they're going to try to take it. Dan Juma's going to try to take advantage of that. And if Dominic Calvert-Lewin starts, he'll probably still get injured halfway through. So it doesn't really matter. But maybe he'll score a goal before that too, before he gets injured. But I'm still feeling 3-2.
All right. Burnley 1, Man United 2 for Woodsy. I have Burnley 1, Man United 3. I think as much as we can make fun of United, I think there's clearly a better team than Burnley.
Yeah, I did 1-3 as well. United win.
Aaron.
I didn't even look at your stuff, so I did it before you. You're copying me. You didn't even see.
All right, the North London Derby.
Sunday's going to be popping. Hold on.
Yeah, Sunday is going to be popping. Woodsy has Arsenal 3, Spurs 2. I have Arsenal 3, Spurs 1. I think we're going to see a match very similar to the Emirates North London Derby last year.
That's
very cagey in the beginning, 1-1 going into halftime. I think Arsenal is just farther along. I'm starting to be a little bit worried about what Ange could turn Spurs into, but I think that Arsenal is just they're so much farther along in the maturation process that as good as Ange has Spurs playing over 90 minutes, I don't think it's going to matter.
I went with a 2-1 Arsenal win, and I was waffling between a 3 or a 2. I just landed on.
But you couldn't think about which one I was going to go with. So.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay. Brighton, Bournemouth. Woodsy has Brighton 3, Bournemouth 1. Wow. I have Brighton with a 3-0 victory. Aaron, you son of a bitch.
So do I.
You know what? It's going to be quicker. Because I'm just going to do my scores and we'll move on to the next match. And you guys can just assume. Woodsy, with no respect whatsoever, Chelsea 1, Villa 1. No. I have Chelsea 1, Villa 3.
Oh, wow. I did not do that. I did Chelsea 1, Villa 2.
Oh, okay. There we go. We did something different there.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh, I think Villa's looks good. I think Chelsea, with the injuries they have, no Cucurella, no Moses Caicedo, I don't see it. I don't see them being able to hold up to Villa, even with the issues they're having. I think Chelsea get a goal. It will probably be a BSPK. Raheem Sterling's just gonna tumble his way through the penalty. Colin Chambers will give one up late or some BS. Who knows?
Colin Chambers. Yeah, because we've already got the game handled. That's what's gonna happen.
Yeah, right. So he'll come in and then he'll give up a PK, and that'll be that.
Yeah.
Liverpool 2, West Ham 0 for Woodsy. I have 2-1.
I have 3-1.
Liverpool. You have 3-1?
Liverpool, yeah.
Yeah, I'm starting to think West Ham might actually be a lot better than we think. Still not great, but I think they're going to be better than we think.
Woodsy and
I'm still...
Okay.
Go ahead.
Woodsy and I talked about West Ham being a better squad this year and being able to turn that Declan Rice money into 3 players. 3 quality
One
players.
really good player, one really, really, really good player is not necessarily as good as 3 good players.
No, but
you know what I mean? Like, and I say that as a team that bought Declan Rice. Like, Declan Rice is what we needed. West Ham needed a new midfield.
That's what I agree.
So you trade the one really good player for 3 good players.
Yeah.
None of them are as good as Rice.
No.
But you have 3 of them now. So that is better. You have improved in 3 positions. Well, you took a step back in 1, but improved in 2 others. And that can help balance it out, especially if you play a different style.
Yep.
All right. Sheffield United 0, Newcastle 3. I have Newcastle with 4 just because I think it's going to be another one of those. Isak shows up, scores a brace. Almiron gets 1. Guimaraes gets 1. Everyone goes home.
It's possible. I mean, I went with a 2-0. Or, 0-2 Newcastle. But now you're explaining all the actual possibilities, and I'm like, damn, that actually could be true.
I
don't
think
let the foot off the gas.
And this is where, I think they will, but I think this is where they're going to. Sorry, someone just sent me something really funny. I think this is where they're going to they're going to pop off on these games, and then struggle against other teams.
That's
what I think.
That's fair.
All right, hit me with your true false.
Let me find my true false. Luton will record less than 14 points this season.
Oh, wow.
You know, they're the only squad in the Premier League that has, when they do the, the Ultimate Team, that has no gold cards. They're all silver or worse.
I'm not, don't try to win your argument with FIFA rankings.
I'm not. I'm just telling you what I read.
It's hard not to think it's true.
Right.
It really is. Would that be the worst Premier League season ever?
I think pretty darn near it. I've looked it up before. I can't remember.
It's Derby County.
10 points.
What was it?
I don't think it was single digits. I think it was like 10, 11 points.
11. That would still be 3 points better than the worst. Oh man, I think it's true. I don't think they get. That's 4 wins and 2 draws.
Yeah, I just think
it's 14 draws. You know, I don't see them. I don't see them getting that. I don't know. Oh, that's brutal.
I think Luton Town's problem is they came up too fast. And then they also had to spend money on getting upgrading the stadium they have and trying to buy
Luton Town's problem right now is that they came up too fast. I don't think it's going to be a problem overall, especially with the way parachute money works.
Sure.
I think they know they're going down.
They have to.
You know?
It's like, oh my goodness, thank goodness we got the most what is it called? Not his most expensive promotion? No, not the most
most expensive promotion.
I can't think of what it's actually
lucrative.
Called. Lucrative promotion. Thank you.
Yeah, I couldn't think of the word.
Crap.
I couldn't think of the word accountability in a meeting earlier. So. Tell you, we all got to fill in for each other.
Thank you.
God, you sent my head flying with that because it's not it hurts. All right, I know what mine is. Pochettino and Eric Ten Hag don't survive till Christmas.
False. I think that one of the two won't.
Which one?
I believe Ten Hag isn't going to last. I think they're going to have I think Poch, they're going to give at least another year.
Yeah, I don't.
Why not?
Because if they're sitting 12th again come December, hammer time.
Oh, there's another. I don't know what his salary is, but then they're going to have to pay him for another 5 more years or whatever his
Boley doesn't care
contract
about
is.
money. Money's made up. I'm sure.
Well,
I'm sure he signed a contract that they're going to be paying him $1 million. He's probably Bobby Bonilla-ing it. Seriously.
I mean, why not?
I think Erik ten Hag does not see the end. I think that some people are going to look at how they played against Bayern and think that they're going to do good. But this is the worst I've seen United play in a while.
It's pretty tough to watch, actually. It's not even good. So I would rather watch Bournemouth.
Onana does not look good.
No, God, he looks brutal.
You know,
if he actually saves that first goal, the howler he had in the 12th minute or whatever, that game could have ended in a draw.
I don't know if I believe that.
I mean, realistically, if we chop it off in
5 matches in, they have won twice. Once was against Forest.
Yep. So a team they should.
Who was the other team? Oh goodness, I can't remember what the other team was.
Yeah, I'll just look it up. Hold on.
Yeah, well, I'm trying
Wait,
and Wolves. Oh yeah, the BS 1-0 should have been a draw against Wolves.
Right.
They should have 4 points max right now.
Yeah.
Max 4 points.
Yeah.
They have lost to Spurs 2-0. Did not ever look like they were in that match.
Nope.
They lost to Arsenal 3-1. I don't like. Yeah, that was late. That was definitely the best they played. That was 100% the best they played all season. Was a 3-1 loss at the Emirates, and they just got dismantled by Brighton, and it looks bad.
Yeah, to try to hang your hat on a 3-1 loss, that's pretty tough.
We only lost 3-1 to Arsenal.
Yeah.
And yeah, that Garnacho run was good. He was offside, and that was big on Big Gabby. But like, when you look at that match and you look at how that match felt like it was going to play out, and you look at the team tilt, like, yeah, I understand that both those goals were late, but it's the way they let up the Odegaard goal to tie it, and how quickly it was. Like they do not have the mentality.
No, not nearly.
Which is, I mean, what Guardiola was talking about. We all laughed at that video. He posted it. The whole, you look at Arsenal and the mentality they had Everton. They're right there, and Liverpool is Liverpool, and they're back, and the guy's like, Man United, and he just laughs like, in Man United, what?
Yeah.
Yeah, they may show up starting to play good against big matches. You know what? Man United right now reminds me of Arsenal in the banter years.
Ooh. Yeah.
They do.
They're just
they
flailing.
do. They're flailing. They'll show up. They'll play up, but they'll still lose.
Yeah.
And at the end, oh, man, we totally got screwed out of that. Every time we get screwed out of that. Like, yeah, you guys still keep losing.
Well, the problem is they don't have anything to hang their hat on either. Like, yeah, I said the loss, but like
the EFL Cup.
There's no.
The EFL League Cup. They won silverware. They did. I am going to say that. I'm going to say it loudly because it is the truth, and no one can say that I'm denying that. And it is up to you to decide whether or not you give a shit about the EFL Cup. But it's silverware, and it's technically more silverware than. But I think it was Rory on Saturday Social or whatever is trying to make the point that United had a better season than Arsenal last year because they won silverware and Arsenal didn't.
No.
And that feels like copium to me. That feels like coping. Because I know what team I'd rather be supporting right now.
Yeah, obviously Arsenal. The despair. You can smell the despair off of United right now.
And it feels worse now. It feels so much worse. I know Will is not happy.
No, I absolutely not.
All. And I think the part of it is Erik ten Hag is doing absolutely nothing to help anything. The Jadon Sancho situation, the Antony situation.
The other situation where his agent was allegedly in his ear about signing Amrabat and somebody else within that agent organization. I can't remember who else it was, but yeah, there's some toxic stuff going on right now for United right there.
The Glazers are selling, but they're not. They are, but they're not. And it's like,
hold on. I'm going to stop you. True or false? Glazers sell this year. That's
false. Who's going to buy?
The Saudis.
I would rather ring up FSG and say, hey, is Liverpool still for sale?
That's fine. And that's probably the better play. But United
I don't think the Saudis can.
As a marketing, why?
Because they already own Newcastle. You can't. They will do that. You can't own multiple teams in the same league.
I don't know. I don't know the principle.
The PIF, man. Public Investment Fund. You can't own two.
Okay. Well, some Saudi will buy it.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe. I mean, I would be saying Russian oligarch if Russia wasn't so screwed up right now.
Fair enough.
I don't know who else in the Middle East has enough money.
I don't know.
And who else in the Middle East would be brave enough to pay?
Yeah, you're going to end up paying.
It's getting tight between the Qataris, the UAE, and the Saudis. They don't want anyone else to necessarily get involved. And in a very real way, the Saudis are cutthroat.
Mm.
So I don't know who else has the money who'd be willing.
That's true. The Glazers after last year kind of really put themselves in a
and the other issue is United costs too much.
Yeah.
They are one of the biggest global brands in the world. It's not like oh my God, who does the Tampa Bay team own? The Tampa Bay family?
Tampa Bay family.
Yeah, the guy who owns the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Oh, shoot. I literally just looked this up yesterday.
Oh, sorry. Wow, that's why. It's the Glazers. My bad. That's why they came to my head. I've been having a really long week, guys. But the Glazers own Tampa Bay.
Yeah.
Right? So it's like, who else is going to go to? The Cronkies bought Arsenal back when Arsenal was cheaper, right?
Yeah.
But who has that United money?
Nobody.
The guys who own the Dodgers who had that, I mean, that's Todd Boley.
Yep.
So, I don't know. Dude, perfect. How deep are your pockets, man? You could have gone bigger.
Well, did you see that 777 bought 94% of the shares for Everton?
Mm-hmm.
So,
yeah, we should have brought that up.
Yeah, I forgot.
Should have brought that up. Everton under new ownership.
Mm-hmm.
Will they survive?
Mm-hmm.
Will it be a good investment? I don't know.
I mean, it's good investment no matter what because you own a professional team. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, but they are the worst investments because it's not like so the Major League Baseball between revenue sharing and the fact that you can't get relegated, they will make it worth your while, even though they claim poor. They will make it worth your while, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like the our team, I don't know. One more. West Ham finished in the top half of the table.
True. I don't even really think that's a terrible. They were good 2 years ago when they went to the Europa.
So I agree, but they also finished barely out of relegation last year.
Yes, because they were dealing with the Europa Conference League, and also they couldn't score a goal. They weren't scoring goals then. They weren't getting anything out of Bowen. They weren't getting anything out of Mikel Antonio or Scamacca.
Well, my biggest argument with that is so City, Arsenal, Liverpool, Newcastle, Villa, Brighton.
There you go. They're in there.
United. Oh, Tottenham.
Yep.
So now that leaves two more spots, and now we're going to say West Ham's one of those two.
Yes.
All right.
I'll sit with that.
I can see it.
Okay.
All right. Looking ahead. We have North London Derby.
Yep.
Big match week with that. Love that. And then I want to see I thought there was something big going on the week after.
Don't know. It's possible. Hold on.
Can I look it up real quick?
Yeah, that's what I'm doing too. Ooh, excuse me.
No, Tottenham, Liverpool. That seems to be it. All right.
Yeah.
Are you? Do you want to see the thing I was laughing at?
Yeah. Show me. Show us. Show the world. All 70 of you are fans.
Gonna do a deep dive. Gonna do a deep dive into our Albany Gooners WhatsApp, and then when I find it, I'll share it with you.
I wish FOTMob would. I hate the date spread that they do.
Yeah.
It bothers
you ready?
me. Yeah, go ahead.
Harry Onana isn't real.
Harry.
He can't hurt you.
Jesus.
Yes, I want a screen share. God damn it.
Oh my God. That might be
it's so
that's
true.
the thing that
so true.
haunts you under the bed.
Oh my God. They both have that same dumb look on their face too after
really,
like everything.
So it fits like a glove. It's just somebody.
I have no idea what's going on in this chat right now. What is this?
Jesus, take the wheel, obviously.
Don't no idea what's going on. This is gonna be fun. What is this? Why are we looking? Oh, Jesus Christ. We're done. Things get nasty.
That's where we pull the plug right there.
Oh, man. All right. That is our show. We somehow still made it 111 minutes.
Oh, we'd love it.
We
and
do. We do.
Too.
All right, guys. We're going to do our best to make Woodsy be on here next time. He's got to start pulling his weight, that Woodsy.
Yeah, what the heck? No, just kidding.
What the heck, Woodsy? If you made it this far, thank you very much. If you made it this far and you're not subscribed, I think you should be subscribed. One of these days, I'm going to remember to do this like in the middle.
It's not true. Or in the beginning.
Yeah, one of these days, I'm going to hire an editor. I hate the guys who start off with, "Hi, welcome to my show. Please subscribe." Like, no. Talk to me first. Lull me into the false sense of security. Pretend we're friends.
Let me have that sultry voice.
All right. Everybody have a good night.
Toodles.
Hello, everyone. Thank you very much for listening. Links for anything that you could be interested in, whether it's the YouTube channel, our podcast links, our social media links, everything's in the description below. Thank you very much for listening.